Okay, hey, so here I am again with an amazing message from Jesus, okay? So a friend of mine texted me this afternoon and she was just like, dude, check out Hebrews 11, like for real, I'm going crazy. And I was like, all right, let's do this. So of course, we know that Hebrews 11 is all about faith, and lately God has been bringing faith up like over and over and over again in my life, and I'm like, okay, like faith is important. What is this? What am I seeing? Isn't God awesome? Oh my gosh. Okay, so faith. So I'm looking at this, and really I actually started reading in Hebrews 10, and it just talks about like what Christ did for us, and how through his blood and through what he did for us on the cross, like we have this new life in Jesus, okay? So then I look over and I'm reading Hebrews 11, and I decided to like check into the Greek, and I just want you to know what the word faith in the Greek kind of stands for. And this really helped me like wrap my head around. It helps me to wrap my head around what faith really is. So faith, I just jotted this down in my notebook. I was going crazy, so it's kind of little pieces. Don't just bear with me as I try and share them with you. So faith, it basically means like complete confidence in God or Christ, conviction of the truth of anything that God will provide. So basically it's complete confidence that God is going to provide. Complete confidence that God is who he says he is, and that he is not going to let us down. So with that in mind, I'm kind of reading through Hebrews 11, right? And now faith is the confidence in what we hope for and the assurance about what we do not see. All right, that makes sense, you know, and this is what the ancients were commended for. By faith we understand that the universe was formed at God's command, so that what is seen was not made out of what was visible. So then it just goes on to talk about all of the you know, the big people of Christianity that we think of, you know, that walked by faith, like Enoch and Moses and Abel and Rahab and Abraham and all these people, and how their faith was so great. And then suddenly, I don't even know what happened, but suddenly I was in 2 Corinthians, okay? I love 2 Corinthians, love it. And I looked at, hold on, bear with me, 2 Corinthians 5, verse 7. And it says, one second, for we live by faith, not by sight. Okay, we live by faith, not by sight. That wasn't enough for me. So I looked that up in the Greek. And do you know that in the Greek, it does not say we live by faith? Well, it does, but it doesn't. Guess what it says? Come on. It says we walk by faith. We walk by faith. Okay, so what does this word really mean? This word in 2 Corinthians 5:7, live? Well, let me just tell you, it means to walk. It means on the prowl like a lioness, perhaps. It means to make one's way, to progress. Does that not sound like growing to you? And if we take that, okay, if we take that, we live, no wait, we walk, we progress, we prowl, we grow by faith. And what's faith? Complete confidence that God is who he says he is, and that he will be enough, not by sight. What is sight? The way that things appear, the way that the bad things may look. But wait, and then instantly a verse popped into my head, 2 Corinthians 4:18. God has brought this verse up literally like 40 million times in the last month. And it's like, we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. For what is seen is temporary, aka it will pass away. It doesn't last forever. But what is unseen is eternal. And what is unseen? Faith. Faith is unseen. Faith is believing that God is going to do what he said he's going to do, even though we can't see it. Faith is believing that when we jump out of the boat and when we say, all right, I'm going to get up and I'm going to walk, that God is going to come through, that God is going to be enough. And then, okay. Then in 2 Corinthians, it keeps going. So verse 7, for we walk by faith, complete confidence. We walk by complete confidence in Jesus, not by sight, not by looking at the things that are going to pass away, not by looking at our circumstances, not by looking at our insecurities, not by any of that. No, we look at Jesus, and therefore we are always confident and know that as long as we are at home in the body, we are away from the Lord. Therefore we are confident and know that as long as we are at home in the body, we are away from the Lord. Oh, sorry, that was the wrong verse. I was gonna say, wait, that doesn't make sense. Forgive me. That was verse 6. Great verse. Anyway, so verse 7, we live by faith, not by sight. All right, here's the verse we wanted. Verse 8, we are confident, I say, and would prefer to be away from the body and at home with the Lord. Right there. And then, right as I was reading those verses, my friend was like, dude, check out Hebrews 11, specifically verses bear with me, I'm trying to go quick so y'all don't lose patience. 13 and on, and it says, and these people were still living by faith when they died. They did not receive the things they promised. They only saw them and welcomed them from a distance, admitting that they were foreigners and strangers on earth. People who say such things show that they are looking for a country of their own. If they had been thinking of the country they had left, they would have opportunity to return, but instead they were longing for a better country, a heavenly one. Therefore God is not ashamed to be called their God, for he has prepared a city for them. What were they longing for? Something they couldn't see. What were they longing for? To go home. What does that mean? That they were foreigners here. And that's what that next verse in 2 Corinthians 5 says. That we would prefer to be away from the body and at home with the Lord. Verse 9 says, so we make it our goal to please him, whether we are at home in the body or away from it. Guys, this is beautiful. Like, this is beautiful. We walk by faith, not by sight. Don't look at the things that are going to hold you down. Don't focus on the waves. There it is. One more thing, just really quick, I want to share with you. All right, I have fallen in love with 1 Peter, all right? And I just saw, like, right as I was going through this, someone posted a verse on Tumblr that I love. And it was 1 Peter 1, 6 through 9. And it says, in all this you greatly rejoice. We have so much joy. We have so much joy, friends, so much joy. Though now for a little while you may have to suffer grief in all kinds of trials. These have come so that the proven genuineness of your faith, or of your confidence in the Lord, of greater worth than gold, which perishes even though refined by fire, may result in praise, glory, and honor when Jesus Christ is revealed. So basically, trials will not last forever, but they are to help us have complete confidence in our Savior, complete faith, whole faith. Guys, it all makes sense. It all makes sense. Our Jesus is beautiful, and faith is how we walk. We don't look at the things which are seen, for they are temporary. They will pass away. They're only here to strengthen our faith. We look on the things that are not seen, that are eternal, that will last forever. Forever. Thank you so much for listening. God is so wonderful. I'll see you soon.